Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Metaroon. Today we had a quick little patch dropped by Irongate for Valheim. It is patch 0.208.1. It sounds like this is kind of a simpler patch with just some bug fixes and quality of life improvements, which I love to see. You know, it's good to know that that stuff's not taken a back seat. They talk about automatically stacking items when you reclaim your tombstone, which is awesome. I know that's something that has been annoying for a lot of folks in the past when they're getting chased by something big and scary, reminding the trolls that they should in fact get staggered. So we'll get into that right now. So what exactly do we have in here? I just noticed it's kind of weird that there's no background image. A lot of the updates and patches that they've been releasing recently have had some sort of image associated with them. I don't know, maybe it's just because it's kind of teasers for the Mistlands or anything like that. But pretty bare bones for this one today. I'll quickly run through the patch notes here, but let me know if you have any questions about any of these down in the comments below. So first of all, fixed a bug where trolls would not get staggered correctly sometimes. I've seen this before where you try to stagger a troll just by parrying him or something like that, and he just immediately turns around and attacks you. There isn't that momentary pause in the troll animation, so good to see that that's getting addressed, because I think that was the only creature that had that issue. Next up, map key legend fixes and remove map icon gamepad setting to left bumper. Gamepad fixes. Various small fixes to Frost Cave rooms. I think Jirog the Viking found one of these. There was one spot in a couple of the seeds of the Frost Caves where if you got into this tiny little corner, you could just fall to your death. So that's not very fun. So glad to see they've patched that. Fixed a bug related to pausing after being in debug mode and changing server. Haven't seen that one, but good to clean up. Next, upgrade function will now remember the selected object when upgrading. I'm super excited about this one. We discussed this in quite a bit of depth in our podcast, Podheim, which you haven't seen. Definitely check it out in the card linked. But yeah, this is something that's gotten me a million times where you're trying to upgrade something and then the whole view resets and you end up crafting an object of the same type instead of upgrading what you were trying to upgrade, and you waste a ton of materials, and yeah, feels bad. So yeah, it was just kind of a clunky UI thing. So great to see that that is updated. Next up, fixed a bug where the split stack number sometimes would not be visible on high resolutions. Cool, haven't seen that. Fixed a bug where sometimes smelters would not always use the correct amount of coal. So I think it's supposed to be 2 to 1, 2 coal per metal bar that you're creating. And sometimes it seemed like it was a little bit more than that, like 2.2, 2.5, that kind of thing. So yeah, just cleaning that up, which is cool. I'm curious if this affects the lag issue where you can spam E into the smelters. If it's laggy at all, you can actually over insert the materials. So I've had times where I've been up to like 35, 40 coal in a laggy game. So yeah, I don't know whether that'll fix that or not. Fix some items not being covered in snow. This is cool. We've definitely seen that before. I think the carts maybe don't have snow on them, or at least if you break them, the crates that come out of carts definitely don't have snow settling. There's a few other items, so good to see that for extra immersion. Hotbar selection marker now more visible on light backgrounds when using gamepad. Again, more gamepad fixes. This is a cool one. The reset shared map console command has been added, and various dev commands improvements. I'd love to know what these other various dev command improvements are, but this will be a really big one for players who play on big servers where everybody is spamming the cartography table and you can no longer see your map because you have so many map points. I know that's something that we've dealt with on Jirog the Viking servers, but yeah, I think the way this is going to work is that each individual player will have to run this, and it'll reset your shared map, which is essentially what would happen when you turn off the cartography table view inside of your map view. So great to see. I know that's something that's bugged a lot of people, and it's kind of a hard problem to address without a command like this. You know, you have to go and manually remove all of those map points and then create a new cartography table and have everybody else share or remove those points as well and then share that. And yeah, it's a big mess. So glad to see this added. Next up, buying items from the trader on gamepad no longer buys twice. That's a good thing. Wouldn't want to spend all those coins at once. Plus some interface tweaks. Keyboard and gamepad hints for inventory screen. Cool. Picking up your tombstone will now try to stack items. I mentioned this in the intro, but this is an excellent one to see. You know, a lot of the time your grave is pretty much full from when you died, and you've got a bit of food trying to get back to your body or some frost resist potions or something like that. And then you go to open your tombstone and it says you're totally full, and then you need to manually pull across items. And usually there's a wolf chasing you or a death skeeto or something, and inevitably they kill you before you get a chance to pick everything up. So yeah, this will be a really nice change where, if you're carrying the same type of food, it'll stack into your inventory, and you'll be able to be on your way and save yourself from those pesky death skeeters. Finally, they fix an issue where tombstones sometimes would be unreachable in swamp trees. We've had this issue a few times on our server where people get killed and their tombstone falls into a swamp tree. If you're familiar with some of the techniques for how to clip into swamp trees, you can use those where you can portal yourself in or place a chair kind of partially into the tree to kind of clip into the object. But thankfully, we won't need to do that anymore with this change. Anyway, that's it for today's patch. Let me know what you think of these changes and anything else you'd like to see them address in the game. Hope you have a great day. Go build something, be awesome, and I'll catch you next time.